Welcome, Sundown Sports, episode 9. Mark, Kyle, Sundown Sports, Sundown Sports. What are you smoking on, Kyle?
This is straight up PCP. This is just a cigar I've had in a while.
PCP.
It's Gurkha. Is that a G, you think?
Gurkha.
A really
Gurkha.
intimidating guy.
That's like a German Mongolian.
Yeah. It's good. It's a big boy.
It is big.
Size of my...
Ooh, that's for later. That's for the
Sorry.
special coming up. Well, this is episode 9, Sundown Sports. We're happy to have everybody here today with us. It's the dog days of summer.
Yeah, here it is for sure.
Yeah, and especially in Arizona. But
oh my God.
The baseball, if you're, like, I figure 95% of all baseball fans are casuals.
Fair.
To get, the intense, knows, the pitcher rotations coming up, knows who's going to be the best against what type of hitters, knowing everything you can about your team, that's just not, I'm a big Diamondbacks fan, I could not tell you the 5 starting pitchers.
You know what helps with that is your team is going on, a magical run, and there's, some enthusiasm behind it. It's tough at the beginning. Maybe in August you start getting used to it. You start thinking of, oh, this is the guy. He's doing so well this year. We have a chance. Who knows how this could, fall for us? But it's really tough in June to get into just normal stuff because it's very fluid too. Baseball is just always changing, injuries, stuff. So it's tough to follow closely.
The Diamondbacks have been on a tear, and then they've dropped 3 out of 4 to the Phillies at home, and instantly you're just like, oh.
Back to normal.
Back to normal. There goes the high that we were on. There's still so much baseball left.
So
July
much.
4th.
Oh my God. There's 100 games, legitimately. Well, 80.
We're gonna
It's
do
crazy. There's 80 more games, basically.
another season.
Yeah, we're not even halfway.
Nope. No, All-Star game is not happening yet. You can still vote. By the way, I tried to vote for the All-Star game, and it was I picked the players I wanted. Shout out Corbin Carroll. And they were they wanted you to fill out this entire form. And I was filling the form, and I was like, Corbin Carroll's not going to make it to the All-Star game because of my vote right now. I don't have time for this.
You never know.
I don't have time for this, I just clicked away. I don't got
what
time
if too
to do
many
all
people think like that, and then he'll never go?
Well, don't make the form so intense. My name, my email, my phone number, click this, click that. If you want to vet people so that bots aren't doing it, just ask for a phone number.
The CAPTCHA.
Yeah, or the CAPTCHA. Just get the CAPTCHA going.
What is a CAPTCHA?
It's because the Chinese buy so much stuff when they drop, the PS5s. They got to do the CAPTCHA to make sure you're a real person.
Okay. Yeah. China.
Yeah, they're taking everything away. So now they took the All-Star voting away from us. Otherwise, someone would hack it up and put a bunch of votes out there for someone who didn't deserve to go.
Shouldn't be allowed.
Shouldn't be allowed. Do you think Aaron Judge? Do you think he deserves to go this year with all the games he's missed?
Probably not. Well, here's the thing. What's his body of work since he's gone? When
he plays,
he's
like a lock for a home run a game.
He's the number 1, 2, or 3 best player in baseball. It's tough when he's injured. He's missed a fifth-ish of the season so far.
Yeah.
Fifth. So it's just not good. Hopefully he comes back soon because, boy, that team fucking sucks.
I put a bet on them. I sent you the bet. It's like a 4 parlay. The Yankees had to win the money line. I needed a hit. I need some pitching. Anyway, everything hit but the money line Yankees.
Yeah, it's a classic just getting swept by our biggest rivals who are worse than us.
Yeah, the Red Sox aren't having a stellar year. I think they're bottom of the...
Yeah, they're the second to last or last in the standings right now in the AL East, and you just lose. You just get swept by them in Boston. It's a bad luck.
Bad luck.
Terrible.
I think we're going to jump into the streak review.
Whoa, this is a mystery.
DC.
Usually we...
Go see the Flash.
We kind of... Or don't.
Kind of that guy.
You're not into third-degree burglary. Usually, Mark and I discuss it like, oh, what's the drink? Do you have a drink? What's your favorite drink? How is your drink? Today, I said surprise. All I had was primes, which we've all done already.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do another prime. I think I have one more left to review, and I just didn't. No one wants to hear another prime.
No.
So I said, let's switch it up.
I don't think you've ever had one of these. Maybe you have.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you've ever had this flavor. I doubt it. I think I'm about to give you something you've never had before.
Okay.
And
it's going to be brutal honest. It's not. Mark's not going to take any offense to it. He didn't develop the energy drink.
Yeah, usually I buy these energy drinks when they're on sale at Costco.
Oh. Oh, no. Is this The Rock?
The Rock.
Oh, no.
The Zoa White Peach. Now, The Rock, when he developed this, I didn't think he was going for the Alani style can, like where it's so small. Maybe that's part of
the allure.
The like healthier, like we have a healthier energy drink. Look how much smaller it is than like a giant Monster. But we got B and C vitamins.
It's plant based, right?
Or
no?
It's got camu camu extract. You know what camu camu is?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, caffeine from green coffee and green tea.
Oh God.
160 milligrams of caffeine.
It's a lot.
So it's good. It's a good amount.
It's a nice punch.
0 sugar, 2 carbs. Give it a whirl.
Okay, so full disclosure. Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, I kept it cold for you.
You pandered to me for that. I've had one of these a while ago. It left such a bad impression that I have not gone back. But maybe they're the early testings.
That's a good drink. That's a good crap.
That was not bad. White peach. All right. Peach is like a flavor like mango, like orange, where you know what you're going to get, hopefully. You hit it and you're like, that's a peach. That's a whatever. So let's see.
While he drinks this, let me tell you the reason he has a white peach is you can go to Costco and get the Zoa, like discount, and get the packs. And then I just will drink the other 2 flavors before I drink all the peach.
So you don't like peach?
I'm not opposed to peach.
This is actually not bad.
I think peach has a refreshing taste. It doesn't dominate. And when you get like a berry flavor, the berry kind of overtakes the refreshing taste.
This is not bad. I think what's helping is I was expecting some plant-based, terrible drink, and it's not bad. I'm going to give this a 7.7.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, if you see it and you're like, there's not a lot of options. You got to be in the mood for peach. You got to be in the mood for The Rock and mana and energy and wind. This is from opening this.
Yeah.
The wind is from mana.
This wind is straight from Hawaii right now.
Yeah, this is coming off of Big Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.7. This is good. I would sign up for this. Again, I'm not a huge peach guy. Christian Nash, shout out him. He's a big peach guy. My wife, big peach gal. So I have it by default sometimes, but I won't go out of my way. But if it's there and I'm like, hey, feeling peach, this is good. This is pretty good. And you know what I fall victim to a lot is I leave like this much left in a can because I get done with it. So these smaller cans help with that because they're not as big as like a bang, which feels like a lot.
Yeah, how many fluid ounces are we dealing with here?
12. Pretty good.
You can get that down. Yeah, that's good. 7.7. All right.
Very good.
Zoa, good job, Rock.
I'm gonna drink it. I'm not gonna just sip it.
There you go. Thanks, Rock. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I had no caffeine today, so this is going to go.
Well, you got 160 milligrams coming right to the brain.
Oh man. And a lot of wind coming right to our face.
We should have maybe done that later in the episode, so all this Hawaiian wind didn't interfere. But
no, you're right. We opened up this can.
That's what we get.
Pandora's box.
Shout out Pandora.
Shout out Avatar.
The best part of the NBA coming to an end is just like when the NFL comes to an end, or that's basically it. The free agency, the trades, they start pouring in.
NBA is 24/7. Like football, it is 24/7.
Just the second you think you're down, you get something good. And we all know what we're talking about here. If you don't know, welcome to sports.
It's Draymond Green declined his.
He did decline his offer. He did. He's going to go to the Heat. That's my prediction.
He's going to make $6 million and go somewhere.
That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about Bradley Beal, leaving Washington, heading to the Suns to form a power team, superhero team with KD and Devin Booker. But before I let you give your
DeAndre Ayton.
A lot of teams are calling about DeAndre Ayton.
What?
I think the Suns have no money.
No, none.
They got to ship somebody, and that's probably going to be DeAndre Ayton. Especially when you have KD.
If only someone on this on something that you were listening to, you as the listener, told you that DeAndre Ayton was gone. Every episode I think I've included.
Well, he isn't gone
Shout
yet.
out DeAndre Ayton. He is gone.
But he's not gone yet.
He's got to be gone.
Okay. He's going to be gone.
You can't trade him in the middle of the postseason when we've been recording. He's gone.
He's gone.
There's no way he's sticking around. They need to free up some space.
Yeah, they have no money.
And that could be their excuse, but he's gone. And they're going to get other players. I think it's a very cool trade.
The only thing I'm constantly optimistic about is two things. One, Frank Vogel. I'm just not sold on Frank Vogel. Maybe he comes to Phoenix, a little bit of resurgence, a little bit of that energy from Bradley Beal and the Booker and the new owner of the Suns, Matty Sheba.
Yeah.
Maybe he feeds off that energy and the Suns go deep. I'm just still not sold on Frank Vogel. And how many super teams has KD been a part of? Name them.
The Thunder.
Okay.
The Nets.
Okay.
The Golden State Warriors.
Okay. And now
this team.
Now the Suns 4, and he has nothing to show for it.
Whoa. He won 2 rings with Golden State.
Okay, well.
That's something to show.
Then he left, and he tried to replicate it. He couldn't.
He's playing with house money. So this is the thing. How many players are on a basketball court at one time?
5.
Okay.
10, technically.
Right.
Okay.
So your team needs 5. It's awesome that you have Bradley Beal and Durant and Booker. Those are like top 15 guys, without a doubt. There's no argument made that those 3 are in the top 15 talent-wise right now.
For their position.
Overall. I think in general, those guys, I mean, they make the All-Star team every year.
I don't know if I put Bradley Beal in the top 15.
Ooh, he's good. He plays on a weird team, but he averaged – last year his numbers were off the chart. He shot the ball more than anyone on the Wizards, but he's a really good player. He's making a lot of money this year or next year. He's owed a lot. So
that's why they got rid of him.
Yes, and he was kind of a head case. He had not a head case. He had a no trade clause, so he got to choose where he wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun. It's going to be very interesting to see who the Suns get to play with them, because you need 10 like on your team on a bench. Mm-hmm. In the middle of February, you're going to have 10 guys on your team to get some significant minutes. So you look at Denver and how great their role players were. Shout out Denver. This is the first time we've been on the pod since Denver won the championship.
Oh yeah, congratulations Denver Nuggets. I mean, we tweeted a lot. We put a lot on Instagram and the tweets, and we congratulated them. I thought it was great. Yeah. Shout out Denver.
But that team had a lot of great role players.
Do they?
Yep. So who's going to fit the mold? They don't have a lot of money to spend. It's going to be a lot of veteran minimums, a lot of mid-level exceptions, some guys that maybe they're G League or they draft some guys in the second round that are hoping to get some good minutes. But it's going to be a interesting dynamic for them. Obviously, they have a huge target on their back for being like in all these incredible 3 players of the league, but they need help. It's sort of like the LeBron, Wade, and Bosh thing. Like it took them half a season to get it kind of figured out. Their role players stepped in and were willing to take less money, which is always kind of awkward, but like they knew their role and they had some great success. So hopefully the Suns have people emulate that and say, hey, you know what, I'd like to come to Phoenix even if I'm not going to make that much money. I'll play. I'll be on a winning team. I'll just do my role, whether it's rebound, play defense, be a spot-up shooter. But that's going to be that's a scary team. They have a lot of – those 3 alone are just playmakers.
Say they fill those gaps you're just talking about with the role players, and they do get a pretty solid bench. Not like an all-star bench, but a pretty solid bench. Can come in and give them a good break. And then the Nuggets just stay exactly who they are. No changes. Who do you like?
With or without Ayton. If they ship Ayton and they get some young bigs that are just willing to run and gun, I like Phoenix. I think it's going to be good. I obviously no injuries. I think Phoenix has the ability to score more than Denver does, but it all depends on what they do with their big men, the Jokic stopper, who they're going to get to be the Jokic stopper. I don't know, but it's exciting.
Are you concerned at like Jokic's lack of excitement? And then not to say he wasn't out there in Vegas celebrating and he wasn't part of the parade and all that, but just like his overall demeanor. Like this is a day in the office. I think now that he's won the big one, he kind of isn't as. Now I don't want to say motivated because he always looks at it as like this is my job, but you know, is he going to push the envelope? Is he going to be, or has he ever done that?
I guess it's just how it's a good point to make of like what's the motivation. If it's just personal, like I want to be the best at what I do each day. I think he's already won a ring, so that kind of messes with guys. Whether there's two things that mess with people in my mind about in sports, whether any of the sports, they get paid a big contract, or if they win a ring, they get kind of weird sometimes. My example is J.R. Smith of the Knicks. He had like an incredible year. They won Sixth Man of the Year. Knicks were like kind of good. They were like, okay, we have to pay this guy. He just won Sixth Man of the Year. He led us to some success. And he gets paid, and then they kind of just shut down. Like he stops training as hard. He stops balling as hard as he used to. And obviously age is a factor, but I truly think those two things, winning a ring and getting a big contract, do have big factors on how hard these guys work. I think Jokic is one of those exceptions. It's also like he doesn't have to like work out a ton. That's not his game. Like he's not one of those guys that like has to be in the gym at 5 a.m. running sprints. He's a big, fluffy guy, and he knows how to get shit done.
Yeah.
So like I think hopefully just his game will just keep carrying him, and he just gets smarter and smarter as he gets older.
Yeah. I would be a little nervous. The coach came out after and had that post game conference where I forget who he was talking about, but some mentor of his was like, A gave him the step A, B, C was like get a good team and then have a winning season and then win a playoff game and then win a ship and then have a dynasty. He's like the Nuggets are going to become a dynasty.
They're young enough. It looks they obviously have the target on their back for sure. Obviously, Phoenix.
Who won Comeback Player of the Year? Was it Jamal Murray? Oh, no, it was Lauri Markkanen. It was Lauri Markkanen who won.
Comeback or most improved? Comeback is usually from an injury or like some sort of setback. Most improved is like a big one where they went from like. I wouldn't be shocked if Murray, because of the whole ACL thing.
I thought Murray won Comeback Player of the Year. You think you could just like look something up very quick, but you just can't.
For NBA Comeback Player of the Year?
Yeah. Maybe it's not called Comeback Player of the Year. Maybe it's called NBA Most Improved Player.
I think those are two different things.
Yeah, I thought the NBA. This is tough. Lauri Markkanen
was comeback player.
He was most improved, but I don't know. I don't think they have a comeback player award. So it was Lauri Markkanen, but
yeah, they might have stopped doing it.
But Jamal Murray was hurt last year, and this was a big, there's that meme going around of his girlfriend's face.
Yeah, that was a tough video. Back in the day. Yeah,
but anyway, that's like the comeback. Like do you expect the same success from Jamal Murray going next year? Of course you do, but he already has shown you don't get the comeback title because you're constantly really, really good, or you get recognized for your success for having a down year. So I think Jamal Murray needs to show everyone he can have another year like he did.
His thing is just health, though.
Yeah,
he's a really good player when he's healthy. He tore his ACL. That's just brutal luck. I think they have some big pieces that played well for them in the playoffs that have some decisions to make, but their core is really young with Gordon and Porter Jr., who are hopefully just going to keep getting better. It's not like they're like 33 years old. They're 26 or whatever, 25. So I like their chances. They need a little bit more help too if they want to be substantial. They want it for a reason.
Okay, on the spot, Nuggets. Who's your NL or who is your West finalist
next year?
Next year.
Oh my gosh, there's too much. Free agency hasn't even hit yet for where people are going. You have to say the Nuggets.
Okay.
Their core is going to be around. Their top 4 players are going to stick around.
Do you like them to win the championship next year over the Celtics or whoever?
The Knicks?
Not the
Sure.
Okay. You heard it here. Two-peat. We're going to start a two-peat chant.
I mean, I'm a big Jokic guy. Everyone knows that.
Okay. Now, on the opposite end of success, John Morant suspended 25 games. What are your thoughts on that? Did you see the video of what the gun was?
Oh, the lighter.
The light. He claims it was a lighter, but there's no way to prove that.
I bought that on Amazon the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, shit. I need a lighter that looks like a gun so I could get away with this.
Gun props. Gun lighter. What are your thoughts? Yeah, let's go light some candles.
Yeah, let's dig into this. The NBA obviously is a business, so they have their own set of rules and guidelines like any other job, especially you're under a microscope in that. It's not like he works at Walgreens.
Right.
They don't really care about what he posts on social media to a degree, but he should know better. But I don't see the biggest of deals. Yeah, he's a role model to kids, I guess, if that's the biggest of deals, and it's a code of conduct thing. If he's not breaking any laws per se, it's tough. I see both sides. He's got to be smarter. He's making so much money. He has contracts with Nike and I'm sure plenty of other places. It's a tough fall from grace a little bit, but like it happens one time, and then you should be able to be like, hey, I probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And then the other times you're like, okay, dude, it's now you know. There's no excuse anymore. It's not like you can blame ignorance and you're like, oh, I didn't know that was a bad thing. You already did it once. Now you're going to do it again on IG Live. Like, this dude needs security guards and some sort of his dad, which goes to all of his games, needs to be like, get off the internet.
Right. Well, I kind of put a little blame on Adam Silver here for this 25-game suspension because he came out and was like, oh, we're not going to interrupt the NBA Finals by putting out Ja suspension. Like, we're about to get the greatest NBA suspension ever. So you have everyone like, oh, the whole season, 50 games, yada, yada. And then it comes out to 25 games. I think if Adam Silver doesn't come out and say anything like what he did, I think 25 games to most people is pretty appropriate. I think he got hyped and people were wanting to see this epic suspension. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, because you got to realize, like, what did he really do wrong? And the NBA has a lot of things in place for, like, same with the NFL. If you remember, like, 5 years ago when it was, like, domestic violence, they had, like, if you domestic violence someone, you will get this as your suspension. They have to, like, have these guidelines because why they have those is so it's universal and unbiased. So Ray Rice can't come and be like, hey, why did I get suspended a year when this dude did the same thing and you guys were whatever? Some of the aspects are case by case, but when it comes to other things, they have to have like guidelines as to A plus B equals C. So Ja Morant showing gun on internet equals 25 games. But if there's no precedent for it, then they probably had to figure it out and be pretty fair about it. I don't think 25 games is like scaring anyone. I mean, he's not going to make that much money because they're going to dock that percentage of his yearly contract.
He should just sign an endorsement deal with Glock.
Yeah, he should. It would be cool if he fully embraced it. Was like, look, I'm a gun guy. But what sucks is like no gun guys do that. No, like gun owners that are responsible don't flash their guns
by the top of their head in the middle of a moving vehicle.
That's what criminals do.
He should come out with a gun safety PSA. Hey, I'm John Morant.
Yeah,
today you're going to learn how to load and unload safely a Glock 19.
Well, then again, it wasn't a gun.
Oh, that's right. It was a lighter. How do you safely and unsafely unload a lighter? The Grizzlies losing Dylan Brooks to the young Tigers and John Morant out for 25 games. It's going to be tough for them to repeat.
Hey, if you're the Suns, you take a page on Dylan Brooks next year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Someone said he's going to go to the Rockets for like $11 million.
Dylan Brooks had a nice year last year, regular season, and then he was a dummy. But you want that. If you're the Suns and you're like, hey, Dylan Brooks, $5 million, come be our...
Yeah, maybe part of the contract, you get him a life coach to kind of help him.
Well, just be on our team and be our enforcer and pay. We're going to pay you nothing, but you can be on our team. That's what the Suns really need is those kinds of guys. Like, PJ Tuckers and like just like the guys that are there past their prime. I mean,
the Greg Ostertags of the world.
Just like guys that are maybe had a down on their luck recency bias thing, and you could get them cheaper. I'm sure Dylan Brooks would jump to go to the Suns, be their backup 2 or 3 guard.
And speaking of gun safety, we have our first ever Dog Days of Summer toy review, and it's John Morant special.
This is apparently it's a Glock 19. No, Glock 18, 9x19.
9x19, but the 9 rounds are water.
It's a water gun, fellas.
100% a water gun.
So I saw some ads on the internet, and like any responsible adult who has a job and money and wants to spend it on stupid shit, I was like, all right, cool. This was $10 on Amazon. There's a lot of competitors. I'm not even going to tell you the name.
All right, guys, we'll see you back here in 10 seconds.
So this is the weird part. There's a lot of competition. I just bought one. I was like, I don't care. It's battery powered. Battery goes in back here. You charge it with a USB whatever. And it's got a little mag that you fill up with not that much water. I'm going to tell you the cons right now. It leaks a lot.
It's a leaker.
It's a really cool pool toy. If you're in the pool playing, this would be cool because like you don't care if it leaks. You're in the pool. But let's see, is there any water? That whole window is wet. You can't tell, but yeah, you can see a little bit on that.
But now you got to show the leak.
Now look, it's leaking all over.
There was
nothing in this. There's hardly any water in this. It's bad connection. Someone said, "Oh, put an O-ring in." I said, "I don't give a shit. It's a $10 toy. It's gonna stay like that."
Do you recommend it for the next pool party?
Pool party, sure, for $10. It came with an extra mag. $10, which is pretty cheap for water guns. Like water guns are not cheap.
No.
You get like a dopey, like a squirt gun, they're still gonna be $10.
I mean, someone's 3D printing that thing, making it. I mean, there's a reason it leaks. It's $10.
It's crap, but it's cool. Crappy but cool.
So the official rating on that is a crappy
but cool.
But cool water gun. I like it.
Amazon. I won't tell you the brand because there's a million of them. Maybe you'll get a better one than that one that doesn't leak.
Let me see it. Does this have water in it?
Hardly. It's just
I'm not going to spray you. I'm going to spray. Oh,
you almost sprayed you did spray the
You got it. Okay, the little gun safety. You got to keep the finger on the trigger, on the frame until you're ready to fire the trigger. So you just got to. Yeah, crappy but cool. Like you kind of want one. You want to go to the next party and pull this thing out. Dude, it just resembles a Glock.
Too much.
Which
is kind of cool, but also like some kid on the internet could get that and paint it black.
Now we have problems.
A gangster on 2.9.
We advocate for gun safety here on our thing. We just want to show you a really cool water toy. Summertime's coming up. How was your Father's Day?
Yes, shout out dads. Father's Day was good. Hung out. Great Father's Day. I used the, hey, it's Father's Day card for everything. I was like, hey, can you do this? It's Father's Day. And it works, which is cool. Like, more so than a birthday.
Right. Father's Day is better than a birthday for dads.
I think so.
Yeah, because you have your kids kind of backing you up a little bit, you know? And so, like yesterday, I don't know what chore it was, but Max was like, Dad can't do that. It's Father's Day. You're like, yeah, you're right. I can't.
Yeah, you're right. You're not allowed legally.
Yeah.
Like, by law, you can't.
We take the trash out?
What is Father's Day?
What is this? This isn't just a regular old Sunday.
Yeah, it's true. It's a cool holiday.
What'd you eat? It's always a big thing for Father's Day, the meal. Typically a grilled item.
I had Kelsey make a crunch wrap. I said, I would like you to figure out how to make homemade crunch wraps. She did and killed it, which is bad news for her because
you want more crunch wraps.
She's going to have to make them in the future. So that's what I did. What about you?
We did grilled chicken. It's like lime and cilantro honey. Marinated chicken on the grill. And then we did a jalapeno cauliflower bake with cheese.
Oh,
It was bomb. It was bomb. Probably gonna eat some when I get home.
Yeah,
It's
leftovers.
delicious.
All right, that's good.
Well, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Yep.
We always appreciate
Dads.
Love
it, dads.
Oh, so the summertime is going to bring a lot of random sports. You watching the U.S. Open?
Just followed on Twitter. I heard it was weird.
The U.S. Open was the first major played since the Live PGA Tour merger.
Right.
And there were a lot of good combinations of pairings coming out, like Rory and Brooks Koepka. Rory's like the ultimate Live bad guy. Everyone hates Rory, make fun of him. You know, the guy came out and said, you know, nobody, like he called him a derogatory term, with some Live executive. And then Brooks Koepka is just like a pretty well-liked guy on both ends.
He's a bro.
Yeah, he's a bro. Comes out, he plays real well most of the time. Everyone likes him. So a couple of interesting pairings. That was not the storyline today or this weekend at the U.S. Open. And I get kind of pissed because the U.S. Open is a huge Father's Day event.
Where was it played?
It was played in the L.A. Country Club.
Oh.
So
Cali?
Cali.
Good
West
for them.
Coast. So the times kind of lined up for us. I think like the leaders were teeing off like 6 p.m. East Coast time, which can be a little tough.
Yeah, that's
Because
that's
it's about
late.
It's about a 3-hour watch for golf, so you have to watch that till 9.
Wow.
But it was. We tweeted this out. It was the worst conditions.
So what did that entail? I only watched.
So
very small.
the grass was not well kept up. So then you would have guys hitting. So if you ever golf, once you make a divot in the ground, you have to fill it in with sand.
Okay.
And that sand is going to help encourage grass growth. You know, you want to get the fairways nice again. Most courses have very clean fairways for the guys, and then a nice soil underneath. So when they do hit out of there, you see like nice little black soil coming out.
Right.
You would watch the LA Country Club U.S. Open, and it was like sand coming out with them. There was mist of sand hitting when they were hitting out of the fairway. It was terrible. Terrible. There was no fans there.
Yeah, that was the other thing I saw. No fans.
No fans. There was nobody encouraging. Nobody. You know, you watch the Waste Management Open here in Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a party. And then there for the U.S. Open again. This is the first major since the merger.
Yeah, you'd want to step it up.
Yeah, it was not good.
Do you think it's just location? Like, was that everything?
Well, I think the LA Country Club, I don't think was ready to host it. They secured a contract before this one played, so they'd like host again in 2030 something.
Yeah, that might not be.
So that who knows? The world could end. But it was, I think it was location. You get the U.S. Open at a prestigious golf course. The fans get excited. You go to Torrey Pines, the fans get excited. They want to go.
Well, no one's going to want to go to this now. Following this, who would want to go to that course?
Nobody. Yeah, like I said, nobody's going to want to go play there. Except it's a country club, so it's probably private. Probably a bunch of rich snobs.
Bad rep though.
Yeah, it was,
like that's a PR nightmare.
It was terrible. I don't even know who won. I think it was that Clark dude.
Mm-hmm.
And there was controversy on it. His ball moved.
What didn't Ricky Fowler almost won?
Ricky Fowler led the first 3 days and then just fell apart.
See, that's my biggest gripe with golf. It's like it's a marathon. So like for these guys for weekends, you're just like, dude, and which is cool because I guess you get the best player of the whole weekend to win, but that's a lot riding on multiple days of being at the top.
Well, it was it's ingrained in the history of golf. So you know what's coming. You got to be prepped. You got to be ready for Sunday. You know,
big day.
It's the 7-game series can be a marathon. It could be a grind. You're going out there. You're Ricky Fowler. You're top of your game. You need to bring it on Sunday.
Now let me ask you: did Ricky wear his orange?
Nope.
That's why he lost.
He wore an orange hat.
It doesn't.
But it wasn't like his full blown outfit.
Yeah, the Dumb and Dumber orange.
Yeah, no, he wore his hat and that was it. That's it. That's why he lost.
Yep. Case closed. Sorry, Ricky. Wear your orange jumper.
We've tweeted the video out. The Clark guy puts his golf club behind the ball in the rough to he puts one, he puts the other to gauge what he wants to hit this ball with.
Yeah.
Ball moves slightly.
Shouldn't be allowed.
That's not allowed.
Oh, right.
That's a stroke. He won by 1 stroke. Controversy. U.S. Open was a disaster.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it. What's up with F?
Give him a call. I don't know. He's not expecting one. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, happy Juneteenth. However you celebrate.
Yeah, we're celebrating by doing the pod.
Doing the pod. We don't have any Juneteenth merch, but orange, green, red. That's like all the Juneteenth colors.
Next year. Be on the lookout for Juneteenth merch. I'm sure Evan will incorporate that somehow.
Oh, this is like a Juneteenth bracelet I got.
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, is that right? Happy Juneteenth.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. For yourself?
It's all right. We're just battling the elements again. It's just windy as fuck. But it's okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, how about you? What's going on?
Nothing. Just, gaming and doing some gardening.
That's good.
Garden? Oh yeah, I saw your garden on Instagram. Looks amazing.
Yeah, that's very zen.
Yes, very zen, very tranquil, very peaceful.
Okay.
Very Juneteenth.
Yeah. Right.
How you celebrating today?
I called all my black friends and checked in with them.
Right. Okay, good. That's what you're an ally. What else can you say?
Yeah.
Do you have any notes today? Specifically, we're thinking baseball.
My notes would be the same exact thing as last week. The Yankees just stink.
Yeah.
No Judd. They don't win. They lose to a bad Boston team. They're the only team to lose twice on Father's Day.
That's awful. That's one of the worst. Yeah. That's a really.
Is it a doubleheader on Father's Day?
Yeah, they got rained out. I didn't know. Oh my God.
In Boston weather, it was still raining at the beginning of the first game. I'm not too far from Boston, like 3 or 4 hours, and it was shit weather there, shit state and shit city.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Except they beat the Yankees.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
Yankees are bad right now. The Yankees have abysmal June. One of the worst Junes I can think of for the last whatever years of being a Yankees fan.
You worried yet, Ev?
Oh yeah.
I think you have to. I think once it hits July and where you're at, I think they'll probably lock down a wild card spot, which sucks. I just don't see it. We'll see what happens. It's a game of streaks. It's similar to basketball. So it's 10 or 11 games now. Who knows what Tampa's got going on? They're really good at home. I'm fine with settling for a wild card spot, which again sucks because you want the division. That was the expectations.
Yeah, I think that they have the biggest factor right now, besides Judge, because that's the obvious one, is what is Carlos Rendon going to do when he actually makes his debut? The Yankees paid this guy $200 million to be a starting pitcher, and he hasn't pitched yet. He had a really great year last year. That's why they paid him all this money from, what was it, Oakland? I don't even care.
He was on the Giants.
Oh, right. San Fran.
Him as being on the team, to be honest. That's the way I look at it. If he comes back and does well, it would be a nice treat. For me, it would be like having old and good Severino or Tanaka back.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, this guy's not even on the team.
Yeah.
One time, might as well not be on the roster.
It wouldn't shock me if he gets Tommy John next week either. And we're just like, oh, we'll never see this guy ever again.
Yeah, so I'm setting it up so it's not a big deal. It's just seeing this year, and he does delicious treat. Should have been, we're not good. So, this would be helping out a lot.
Yeah, it's bad. But, you play in a really tough division. Tampa has 51 wins already.
Like they could fly right now.
Yeah, the wind is a lot.
I still think the Yankees will win over 90 games, which will, if Philly wants to do something once Judge gets back, it's a different ball game. And there were some reports saying that he may go on the IL again, which suck. I don't know, and that's another thing. Why did it take Judge his big toe imploding for people to say, oh, maybe the Dodgers should renovate their shit ballpark.
Yeah, the most expensive player in baseball running into your fence causing an injury. It's not like Judge pulled it run into first base or something.
Yeah, it's old news now, but when you watch that highlight, that fence isn't supposed to open. He just explodes this fence and it opens as if it's a gate. That's not what is supposed to happen. That's not normal.
I watched it. I thought it was a gate.
Yeah, it looked like a
It
gate.
looked like a gate. I didn't know why.
Guy.
I didn't know why he hurt his toe. I was like, it's just a gate. He kicked open. Someone forgot to lock a gate.
No. Oh, but I had a question for you guys.
Oh yeah.
I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
I was coming up with my what is it called? Mount Rushmore of Black holidays, and I had Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, MLK. And I guess what would you think would be the fourth for Black holidays?
I don't know. That's a good
day.
Yeah, we're gonna hang up and listen. Thanks so much for the call. God, I knew it was coming.
We should have hung up before he got to the fourth holiday.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Christmas.
No, that's the Kwanzaa.
Oh yeah. No, but Christmas is everyone.
Okay. There you go.
Or
Kwanzaa, MLK Day,
President's Day.
President's Day. I like it.
4th of July too. Everyone holiday.
Yeah, I mean
American holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Ed. We really appreciate it. You're a stellar guy. We don't have much time left on today's episode, but I do want to ask you. We got into the baseball talk a little bit. You want to wait till July 4th to kind of carry it over. I think we'll save our baseball breakdown till after July 4th.
Okay.
We'll save the AL versus NL debate. You and Ev, obviously big AL guys.
We'll save our MLB preview for July 4th.
July 4th. Yeah, when it's gonna get really heated up.
Yeah, it's a preview though, so
So we got a minute. Let's just see if he'll even answer the phone, Mr. Picks. My guess is no. And then I'll give you guys a pick for baseball coming up.
Mr. Beast and Mr. Picks.
We had Mr. Beast on episode last time. He was here.
He was here?
Well, his product was here. If Mr. Beast doesn't answer to the viewers,
Mr. Beast?
or Mr. Picks, if he doesn't answer, we're going to get someone else.
Next week.
Yep. And he didn't answer. I got someone else coming for you next week. So you're probably sitting there thinking, what is going to be the pick for tonight? Who are we going to go with? And I think it's fairly simple.
Fade the Yankees.
If I had $1,000, Cincinnati Reds money line against the Colorado Rockies. Colorado Rockies are bottom of the NL West. They are not having a good year. They're traveling to Cincinnati, and the Reds are a good baseball team this year.
Reds are good.
So it's minus 167 for that pick. I would put $1,000 on the Cincinnati Reds to beat the Colorado Rockies tonight.
Well, let's see. Are you going to do it?
I will do it. Well, no. Yes.
Wow.
No, I'm not going to put my own $1,000. If I had $1,000 to spend on this game, that's what I put it.
You do. You could scratch up $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to, my wife would probably kill me. It's not Father's Day anymore.
Yeah, you should be like
yesterday. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a good thing. We should next Father's Day we save up. We're like, hey, $1,000 bet, $1,000 Father's Day bet.
Yeah, I like it
for Father's Day.
It's Father's Day. What are they gonna say? No, they can't. They're not allowed to.
They will.
It's against the law. They'll try. But we thank you for listening. Episode 9. We got some things coming up in the works. Please follow us on Twitter, Sundown Sports. Please follow us on Instagram at Sundown_520. I know it's weird, but hey, what can we do? Someone already sold the other one. And please like the video. We always get a bunch of views on it. A bunch is relative, but not a lot of likes. So if you made it this far and you think you had a good time, you watched a good episode, please give us a like. We'd appreciate that.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Shout out my mom.
Okay.
She always likes everything we post on social media.
Good.
So, Mom, if you made it this far, shout out you. Nobody at the office because those guys,
they stopped listening.
They haven't really paid attention. So, shout out my mom.
Yeah. Maybe Tony Hecht?
No.
No, Tony Hecht. Well, if he made it this far, then that's the shout out.
If you made it this far, at least know we were thinking of you, Tony.
Yeah.
Take care.